Hey there, everybody. This is Austin of the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel. I'm coming to you with the realization that nobody normal is in charge of anything in this house. Um, Wife doesn't even stop me from buying stuff anymore. She's just like, all right, why don't we spend our last $60 on antiques? And I'm like, uh, yeah, yeah, I'm absolutely that big of an idiot. So as we're on our way to our hoarder house to pick up more stuff, we remember that there's a large permanent garage sale where we've gotten some pretty neat stuff before. He's got like 6 outbuildings. They're all just filled with like stuff they buy from estate sales. So we stopped there with $60 in pocket. Okay. Again, this is on the way to our hoarder house where we have so much stuff we will never be able to fit it in just car loads. Like I've taken to borrowing my brother's truck and stuff. It's just a whole nightmare. So us being the responsible adults that we are, spent $60 at basically a junk store. But I think you'll like some of the stuff I got. If you can see it at all. Hold on one second. Let's get this lady out of here because I think she's going to make everything in the world much too bright with our new black background. Now look at this dusty old booger. But, beautiful red. Little lemon wedge tray probably. That's what I'm going to call it. Beautiful design. I haven't looked that up at all yet, but isn't that gorgeous? I almost wonder if that's purple. I'm looking at it in the light there, and I'm not sure. I'm going to set that there, very professionally. Okay, look, I got a bamboo cane. You know, I'm just not sure that this black background's going to work out for us at all here. Because that's much too bright. What? Okay. We shall persevere. We shall overcome. So we've gotten a what appears to be bamboo cane, maybe rattan. We'll go all the way down it. Make sure I don't knock anything over on my shelf over there. I'm missing its little butt there. No big deal. But then, right here, it says American Legion, Boston, 1930. Now don't it? Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I like that quite a bit. That's a pretty neat thing. That's a pretty old thing. Almost 90 years old, cane from the American Legion. I dig it. Look at this cool guy. If we can. Okay. Not much is cooperating tonight. I see how you are. What are you doing? I apologize for my camera. He's being Johnny Cool Guy tonight. There's a lot of stuff on my phone not working these days. I'm going to have to try and make enough money to replace that there. But, yeah, look at that beautiful thing. I'm very surprised the wood's not broken at all. You know, we're still getting a ton of like little wood carvings and glass and stuff, and here we go to basically a thrift store to just buy, too much. These, for example, hold on, let me keep putting interesting stuff in front of you, that way you can look at it when I start trying to unpackage other stuff. Look at this vase. Okay, now this was marked $15. I'm going to point out that everything we got here, was half or 75% off. Now look at this beautiful vase. Look at this beautiful gold Moriagi decoration. I'm going to tell you why I'm calling it Moriagi in just a second here. Otherwise, I'd probably call it raised enamel decoration. Just down here, we've got hand-painted Nippon. So this is a beautiful little Japanese vase, possibly 1920s, a little bit earlier. I'm not sure. This might be a later mark using the word Nippon, but typically that's pre 1920. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what we think about that later. Okay. I'll check out what the mark is and such. But yeah, I mean, you're starting to see why we spent some money, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. Still completely silly. I don't know if you can see that or not. I do believe that's a Westmoreland mark. Beautiful painted little purple basket. So yeah, we just kept finding neat little stuff. And with the 50 to 75% off, we were like, okay, well, I mean, that's not a bad deal, eh? Like this little jewelry box thing was $9, so he was rounding down, so I mean, $4 is what that cost us. There's a little like ring toad in there, and this folds down and has a little drawer. It's a pretty cute little sweet thing. So yeah, $4. I mean, I think it's probably maybe real leather. Kind of feels that way. Got a pretty neat picture. It's going to take up a little bit too much room, but I'll show it to you. It's a mama hawk feeding her babies, and I think it's like I want to say like a tin type, but I don't think that's quite right. It's I believe it's a print on copper, maybe brass, but that's pretty neat, isn't it? Just feeding her babes. Nice little frame on it and stuff. So yeah, like I said, I mean, we got some pretty neat stuff there. I like to think. I fell in love with this horse pretty instantly. Maybe you don't like him. I certainly do. I enjoy that quite a bit. Pretty dusty too, and this one is definitely 75% off. So this is a $2 horse you're looking at, and you don't look a $2 horse in the mouth. You know what I mean? So there's an as-is tag on it, and I looked all over for any significant damage. There's a little bit of bird poop, but I don't see. Well, now that it's in my hands, who knows? But in fact, actually, there's a sticker on this bad boy that says. Something Haeger. Tal Haeger? What's it say on the bottom? Doesn't say squat on the bottom, buddy. Who's Tal Haeger? Oh, and the only damage I could find is this chip back here. I think that's what they're talking about. I think that's the thing they expected me to be worried about, but I don't care about that at all. Just a little chip on his butt there. I don't see anything else wrong with him. The tail isn't glued back on. He's not glued back on as far as I can tell. So yeah. Tal Haeger. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I like that quite a bit, don't you? I think so. It's a pretty majestic thing. So yeah, $2 for whatever Tal Haeger is. If that's even what that says. Look at this stopper I found. It's a pretty big stopper. I'm sorry. It's got an apple, some grapes, a pear. Back to the apple, I think. Looks like the bung part of the stopper, the male part, is broken maybe. It's at least cracked. I see it's all taped back together and stuff. That's the most common piece of damage you can possibly find on any of these stoppers like that. They got this pretty neat picture here. It's all black. I can't tell if it's a print or what, but it's got little pieces of copper for the reflection on the water. Copper and silver, I'd say. But yeah, isn't that a pretty cool thing? Oh, end up here on the flag. So yeah, I think that's a pretty handsome thing. What do you guys think about that? Take that back out of the way. I have a little bit of framed art. If you're interested in, I tend to collect not as cutesy framed art. Like, I don't really buy, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I forgot to say, I got the Genie Bottle that goes with that stopper there, too. I got that for $6 after our 50% off discount there. So that's a pretty, it's a pretty sizable decanter to get for $6, wouldn't you say? And that's what she looks like. Now, amber isn't exactly the most desirable color. And you know, if I went ahead and churched up a bit, I'd almost call this more of a marigold. Oh. So yeah, what kind of sick person would go to the thrift store after buying a hoarder house? And you know, it's because I realized all this stuff's worth money, and I'm pretty good at finding it. And whether I like it or not, which actually I kind of like all of it, so that's a pretty big issue too, if I'm honest. But I'm pretty good at finding it, so you know, I tend to go to these places and end up with like just pretty passably good stuff. For you know, we got there at 4:30 on this day. They're only open one day a week. When we got there were a bunch of old people there. And I'm not saying old people. That's just the way I talk. I'm sorry. So, you know, when we got there were a bunch of cars. And then as we walked up, they all left. So we were the last customers of the day. The guy followed us around through all 6 of his trailers out there. No big deal. You know, it's probably the way he sort of operates. And I kind of look like a criminal. I ain't going to lie. So, so I'm sorry. So we're the last people there all day. And this is all the stuff we found being the last people there all day. And I don't really understand why any of this stuff would have been left. You know what I mean? Like, so I kind of get into this like, you know, but what's there? What am I not seeing? And I got a lot of what if going on when I think about thrift stores and stuff. Because I'm pretty good at finding little treasures and such. Like a Niagara Falls souvenir folder. 1.5 cents without postage. And I already know that that's a 1930s postage. There's the steamer Cayuga. Are you going to do it? Between Toronto and Niagara Falls. And isn't that a beautiful thing? I love all this early 20th century and Victorian steamships and trains and planes and automobiles. What are you doing? Oh, buddy, can we just look at the boat together? For criminy. Well, if that don't beat all, whatever. So we'll look in here. This is a little, another little picture of Niagara. I'm not gonna get too into that. I don't have gloves on or nothing. When I handle paper, I like to have gloves on. I don't want to destroy anything fingerprinted to death. Hellgate, Spearfish Canyon, Cedar Pass, Badlands. Is that like South Dakota? Yes, it is South Dakota. Black Hills, South Dakota, the Switzerland of America. What does that mean? What? 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 What are you talking about? The Switzerland of America? You're not making any sense, Jim. Greetings from Dallas, Texas. You know, Yellowstone from, you know, I'm going to assume these are also the 30s. This is a linen postcard. That's what these are called. When they kind of look like fabric like that. Oh, you know, let me look at the back here. The Holy City, Shoshone Canyon, Cody Road. That's pretty cool. I'd like to learn more about that. That seems interesting. Sault Locks, Sault Ste. Marie. Sault Ste. Marie? How do you say that? General Brock Hotel General Brock. I almost feel like I already have that one. Mount Vernon. That's where George Washington was living there. You ever notice all these dudes had mansions? I mean, I noticed that. I noticed that the dudes still doing the thing these days all have mansions. I don't know. I ain't trying to start no fights. I'm just saying, pretty weird that all these guys in charge seem to pretty consistently have mansions. That's odd. Doesn't it seem maybe a little odd to you? Why is it that only people with mansions seem to qualify for... Oh, you know, Lincoln Highway in Wyoming. That's an excellent segue into this next topic, which is Wyoming. Thank you, Austin. You've done amazingly. Greetings from Niagara Falls. You ever seen that, you ever seen that Vine? I think it's a Vine. Talking about, this guy taking an eye test. Anyway. This is Austin at the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel. I think, $60 well spent. I assume just this bottle would make me that back easily. So, I mean, who knows, old Tal Haeger and, Nippon there, and I've got some matching Nippon pieces that match that pretty well in this little Westmoreland basket, and whoever made this little tidbit tray, little lemon wedge tray, I think, is the way we'd properly refer to that, because it's smaller than the tidbit or sandwich tray. So yeah, this is awesome. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Hold on, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this beautiful girl. Wow, we can't even get her in frame there. So, I found this, which has this very attractive swirled bottom, nice blue color, very sweeping form, beautiful little mouth and throat here. Excellent little picture. And it's not even that little, but, I mean, sitting next to that bottle, I guess it is, but where are we? So we've got 5 of these beautiful little buggers that we already had. So I do believe that little picture and those little glasses match pretty well, and I think they're Empoli. And aren't they pretty? So yeah, this is Austin, Best I Can Afford Antiques channel. Thanks for hanging out, watching. Please try and like and subscribe, and you know, hit that thumbs up button at the bottom. You know, I'm going to say this at the end of the video anyway, because I don't care if you looky-loos come by and hit the like button without even watching the video. If you stick around and like the video, then I'd appreciate if you hit that like button. Otherwise, I don't really care. I feel like it's dishonest. This is Austin. Always got something stupid to say.